Now the process of encrypting and decrypting data could take another couple, 3 hours in the course to go through all the classes and functionalities and options. So what I want to do is just show you some code. If you look in your work files folder, you will see a project called Encrypt Decrypt Data. If you open that up and go into that project folder, you will see a Microsoft Visual Studio solution file. And if you go into the folder there, you'll see some other things. But just back out, go right there to the solution file, double click that, and it'll open this solution in Visual Studio for you. What I've got here is an example of encrypting and decrypting data, and I'm just going to put it out there for you with some code to go through and play with and tinker with and familiarize yourself with what's involved here. Now, if you open it up, you'll see a screen probably similar to this, and you'll think nothing's happened. You'll have to go to the Solution Explorer, expand the solution, and just double click on the Form 1 CS file, and this will kind of wake it all up and you can see it. So now notice what I've got here. I've got a text box and I've got encrypt and decrypt, and then you'll notice if you'll double click on the encrypt button, it'll take you back here and you can see that we've got 3 read-only strings here, and we're just kind of loading them manually with our password hash, our salt key, and our VI key. All right. Then, you know, this is also, you'll see it down here in the code. Let's see. As we get on down here, the VI key, the information vector that they're calling it here. But we're going to basically use these to call an encrypt method. And you'll notice that it's using byte arrays, and we're encoding, and we're encoding UTF-8, and we're using the Rondell managed class here. Notice we're setting cipher modes. We're setting padding for zeros. If you remember when we went through that on symmetric encryption. And then we're working with memory streams and all sorts of things, okay? But I don't want to go through all this code with you here. It's going to take too long to figure it all out. That's a course unto itself. Do notice we used system security cryptography here, but let's just look at the functionality here. You can go back and work through this code and play with it. But if I put my name in here, Mark, and I encrypt it, that's what it looks like. And then if I decrypt it, I'm going to pass that into my decrypt method. It puts it right back, okay? And so I can very easily play with encrypting and decrypting the data. Now what I would normally do is encrypt this, pass it across an internet or a network or something somewhere to someone, and then on the other side decrypt it and have it like that. I hope this helps you kind of get your head around what's going on. Again, this is way deep, too wide of a subject. There's a billion possible questions they could ask you out on the exam. I think if you just get comfortable enough, my experience with the exams have been, if you're comfortable enough with what's going on at this level anyway, and what the differences between symmetric and asymmetric, look at a couple of these examples and play with them. You'll be able to pick out the correct answers on the exam. Most of the time in the real world, the people who are really good at this are the people who deal with this on a regular basis and code it up. If not, you have to find some examples, copy and paste and tweak and that sort of thing. So anyway, I wanted to give you a real quick example of encrypting and decrypting data. Take this one apart, play with it a little bit. There's a lot to learn here.